Alright guys, welcome back to the garage. It's been a while, I know. I've been very busy and I've been waiting for parts for this thing. I really wanted to make a video on the Volvo 945, but I'm still waiting for parts. It's been like 2 weeks, I'm going crazy. We're doing brake calipers in the front. Full-on restoration on those. We're gonna be cleaning them off, blasting them, powder coating, new gaskets, pistons, everything. So I'm still waiting for some parts. So in the meantime, I really wanna make a video. So Vevor were kind enough to send over their new heater. And once I got it, I remembered, yeah, I was supposed to put up ventilation pipes for it. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. We're gonna be putting up some ventilation pipes so we can get some heat, not only in this room, but also in my studio, which is on behind you. We'll get to that later. Anyway, let's get to it. All right, so we got some pipes. We have some 90-degree bends. We have a couple of 45s, some couplings. We got this, what do you call it? In Sweden we call it dragspel. Accordion, right? Accordion, I think it's accordion. Anyway, we got one of those. We got some wall plugs. We got some screws. I'm sorry about the Vevor heater, it's ticking along out there. It's freaking getting cold. Now, how are we gonna get these on the wall is one thing that I had in mind. I didn't really know how to solve that, but I think I'm gonna just screw like into one of these, like right in the corner in here. You guys can see that. Where are you? There. Just screw like right into that edge right there. Like we'll put it against the wall, screw it, plugs, and then we'll just start building it. These are 100 millimeters, so they're not gonna fit on the Vevor precisely. I did make a little, it didn't really work out, but I made this in a 3D printer. But then I broke it immediately. So I don't know, something went wrong with the print there. Yeah, probably messed up the print a little bit here. So I'm gonna get new filaments. We're gonna try it again, but for today, I'm just gonna use this one and see if it kind of works. All right, and then I'll give you guys the file to this if you wanna make your own, because I don't think there's anything available. There probably is somewhere, but I couldn't find it. Let's put this in here for a little bit of a test, maybe. Let's see if that melts or not, I'm not sure. Okay, so the plan. Right, so there's the Vevor heater ticking along. It's the new version. Not the Bluetooth one though, unfortunately, but it works just as good as the old one. I'm very happy with the old one. We can talk more about that later. But the plan, as I'm gonna get to in a second here, I don't know what's wrong with me today. I'm so excited to make a video. We're gonna pull a pipe here. We have a 90-degree bend right there. Then we'll go up on the roof, and then we'll have the pipe coming along here. Right here, we're gonna have a T section. So we'll have one pipe going down so we can get heat coming out from underneath here because it's nice to have a little heat over here. I'm also thinking about circulation. So it takes the air from over there. So if I shoot the air kind of over here, it'll go around the room. I don't know, I'm not a ventilation guy, but that's the theory anyway. And then I also want a pipe going along the roof here so that I can pop it in that hole so that I can get it into the studio and heat that up as well. And then in the future, we're also gonna connect another pipe to this pipe so we can have ventilation, like forced ventilation for, you know, welding work. Maybe, I don't know if I wanna connect the exhaust to it. That might be a bit extreme, but anyway, that's the plan. So let's see if my plan works out here. So I think we're gonna start off, yeah, that'll be more than enough. So we'll take that, bend that out a little bit. Get the pipe, I have the ugly side to the wall, and that will fit in like so. It's probably not how you're supposed to do it, but that's how I'm gonna do it anyway. Very scientific measurements, this. All right, so we got a little hole there. Maybe. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to start with this one. Shit. Nice, look at that. Nice clean installation as well. No weird fixtures or nothing. So next up we got this 2-meter pipe here. That smells lovely. right, so we're gonna measure that out very unscientifically. All right, let me just pop this on here. I don't need this pipe to go in there. Okay, so now you see the problem here. We need to go like so. That would be super nice if that could work. Just pop one of those. Just like that. Oh, that might just work. Like 90% plug and play. Oh, that doesn't work. This way. So put that on there. Oh, really? I might do that. All right. There we go. There we go. Look at that. All right, so I'm gonna let the Vevor heater do its thing and get up to speed, and then we'll measure the temperature that we get at the outlets. All right, so we're topping out at 65.3. Actually, it's still kind of going, but it's not gonna get much. It might get to like 70 degrees or something when the pipes get hot enough. But that is just crazy. Like, this is 6 or 7 meters away from the actual heater, and it is hot. I didn't actually think we were gonna get that high of a temperature over here, but that's insane. Let's check the other outlet and see what that gives. I think I've made a terrible mistake here, and the mistake I've made is that I have not taken the temperature into account here. LED lights do not like heat, and that pipe is piping hot. Take that plug, put this sensor in there, and see where that, go pop this in the studio. Okay, 65. It's about the same as in the other room. All right, so we're shutting it down now. It's been on for like an hour. It's about 2,500 degrees in here. A little bit unfortunate with the lights there that I didn't think about that. I'm gonna have to do something there. What I'll probably wind up doing is lowering it, remove the shelf, get it as far down as I can, and just figure out something around the shelf. A little bit annoying, but we're gonna have to do, we can't have them that close to the lights. Maybe I'll insulate the pipe somehow, if there's a cheap way of doing that. Let me know in the comments what you think we should do. Because, yeah, that's probably not going to work out. It gets way too hot. And as far as my ABS printed little adapter here, that seems to work out just fine. It doesn't show any tendencies of being overheated at all. It's not even shiny. So that seems to be working pretty good. All right, guys, so I thought I would do a little bit of review on this. Since it's been 2 years, I've been using the Vevor heater. It's been working flawlessly, really. I've been very surprised. I thought it might not be that good, considering the price. This is about $100 for one of these. Got this one in 2022. Haven't had a lot of issues with it. I did have a little bit of issues with running it on straight pump diesel, which is like some kind of biodiesel. It's got a little bit of bio stuff mixed into it. But if you run this on clear diesel, you'll have absolutely no problem. And it feels like it puts out a little bit more heat as well. But starting, stopping, no issues. If you run it dry, just fill it up and it'll start right up. Build quality on one of these is something that might be a concern. Obviously, you know, it's $100, so you can't expect too much when it comes to the build quality. It's made out of pretty thin steel. You know, that's about maybe a millimeter thick, so not too much there. Everything is a little bit, you know, it's kind of riveted together, so not a lot of stability. But once you have the cover on, latch down, It's no problem. You know, it's a pretty cheap frame, I'm not gonna lie, but it works. I've never had any issues with it. I've never had any issues with the wiring. I haven't had a fuel leakage, so it's good enough. Improvements can be made, but that will reflect in the price as well. But $100, definitely worth it. I would say that. It's the tiny things, like, you know, these fall off. No big deal, but improvements can be made. And they have actually improved on that on the new one, and I'll show you. And if we compare it to the new one, we have better latches. They don't fall off. They kind of stick on there. About the same thickness on this. You know, a little bit better with the riveting on this one. It's not as flimsy. We have a different pump setup. We have less hoses. This one has a soft hose for some reason. That one has a hard line. We'll have a little bit of a different power input here. On the old one, we have these 2 points right here. Now these are not very good. They kind of start turning the whole point after a while. So not the best connection. So I guess that's why they just went with the straight wire coming out. I would like to see maybe a little rubber thing going around here so that it would kind of protect the wire a little bit. But other than that, it's quite the similar setup. Similar, like, what do you call it, blower? Engine, pump, burning unit. About the same tank, a little bit of a different gas cap. New display, available in 3 versions, I think. You have this one, which is kind of the base model. You can set the temperature. You can set modes like 1 through 10. It'll just keep heating at different speeds. Either 1 really slow or 10 really fast, and it'll just keep pumping. Or you can set the temperature to like 30 degrees. The only problem that I have with setting the temp to 30 degrees is that it measures the temp right here. It would be nice if this was like mobile. You could like take this away and put it somewhere else, but it's not very mobile at all. If you want that kind of functionality, like remote start and stuff, you want to get the Bluetooth version so you can have an app to start it. This one you can start it with a remote, but there's no display on the remote. You can't really see what's going on. So I don't really find that very interesting. I would rather go up here to the display, select number 3, start it. You can see I have clamps on here. This is something that I have put on. You shouldn't use clamps. You should be screwing it onto the battery with like a battery pole. But I don't have a dedicated battery for this yet, so I kind of pull out a car battery, just hook it on and go. I'm looking to get some kind of battery management system going for it where I can have it running off the mains, and if the mains go out, it'll switch over automatically to a battery so that we don't wind up damaging the engine, because you can't turn the power off. That's a very important thing if you're going to get one of these and hook it up to the mains. Make sure you have some kind of backup. Or just run it straight off a battery, because then it'll sense when the battery gets slow and it'll start to shut down. But if it's running off the mains, it's just gonna quit immediately, and then this whole package is gonna be very hot, and that will cause damage to it. I can link to that down below as well. As far as the numbers go, fuel consumption, stuff like that, I don't even want to get involved. There are plenty of other channels that do that very much in depth, but I can tell you that I get about 76 hours of runtime off of a jerry can, 20 liters on this thing, which works out to about 4.5 Swedish kroners per hour to run this. And that's in setting number 3, which heats up this space. No issues at all. Make sure you check out Vevor. They've got a lot of stuff, car stuff as well, and a lot of funny machines. I have been very happy with everything that I've bought from Vevor, sponsored or not, it doesn't matter. I got a package right here. This is for my air-to-air heat pump. Still haven't gotten the pipes all ready yet, so that's like a cover for the pipes. I've got a pipe bender that's been working flawlessly. I've got these wheels on all the cabinets and the desks. It's like 1/4 the price compared to going to the local hardware store, and these are just beefier and better. So it seems like they're testing the products quite good before deciding to put it on their site. It's not just, all right, let's import all these because they're cheap and then just mash them out. It's not like that. They seem to care a little bit about what they're putting out. They also seem to listen to customers as well, like making these small improvements here and there to make it better and better. These are immensely popular, so I can see that it's made this evolution into this while still retaining a good price on it. If you're interested in getting one of these for your garage, and I would highly suggest it, go buy it in Germany because you'll get it at a little bit of better price, and they ship all over EU. Just use Google Translate and go to Germany and get it, and use the code down below. It will get you either $5 off or 5%. I can't really remember, but you will get a little bit of discount if you use the code down below. It's already pre-prepped. You don't have to put in any code or anything. All right, guys, that's it for this video. Hope you've had a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Ha det gött. Hej.